Hello everyone! 319 has been out for about a week now, and whilst I have been busy with work, I have not been idle. I did a live stream with Ollie and we did some mining the other night with some explosive results, as I may put in here. We might lawn dart here.
Why? Please
Because,
don't blow up the ship. It took me so long to get those modules.
Bob!
Bob! No, Bob! Did you just blow up my ship? How did you lawn dart?
And I'm also trying to record a video doing some more salvaging, mainly focusing on the loot that you can get from inside the ships, not necessarily the salvage, so that is coming. However, we are now on day 1 of the Invictus week launch, or Invictus launch week, either way. And you can see that we still have the paraphernalia from the PTU that we had. Oh dear, somebody had too much to drink. You can see that we still have all the signs and everything pointing onwards to the Invictus launch week expo hall. It's gone full circle and come back to area 18 now, as I said in the PTU video. So we're going to go and have a look and go and enjoy the new ship that's been added, the Mirai Fury. We're going to go and have a look at it and hopefully fly it, although I'm probably not going to fly it around area 18 because this place is a mess with people clogging up the hangars right now, as is to be expected. It's also a free fly week, so if you don't own the game, you can download and you can get some ships and come and enjoy the expo as well, though of course be prepared for things going wrong. I know we had a big outage earlier on whilst I was working. I was following the RSI tracker and things, and yeah, there was a few problems. So we're going to go to the expo hall and we're going to have a look at this. Basically, I keep calling it a carrack turret with an engine strapped to the back of it. It was sort of billed as a racer because Mirai was billed as a company in game that makes racing ships, and I suppose the Mirai kind of is, but it's basically like I said, a carrack turret with some guns, lots and lots of guns on it, or you can get the MX variant, which is missiles instead of guns, sort of a run and gun attack with missiles. So you spam missiles and you get the hell out of her, then you reload and you come back with more missiles, and so on and so on. So I don't think I'm going to pick one up, mainly because snubs in game, when they are released in game, don't actually cost a lot of credits. Small ships like that are normally quite cheap. And I don't want another fighter. I don't need another fighter. So I'm more interested in getting things that I can have a bit more function, like cargo characters and salvages and things like that. So when when the taxi eventually does turn up, here we go, here it comes. We will go to the hall and see if we can find this thing. It's like a queue of trams waiting to take these. It's like waiting for a bus in Britain. Amazing. I would record more of the approach to this place, but it's nighttime and the trams are still bouncing all over the place, which kind of ruins it a bit. So yeah. But here we are at the Bevic Convention Centre. The NPCs are already doing their thing of standing on seats and things. I imagine the server FPS right now isn't brilliant. There were issues, as I said earlier today. You can still get your beverages. Characters already kitted out, and I have some drinks and stuff already due to travelling and doing some salvage the other night. But here we are. Welcome, Invictus Launch Week 29:53, and we have the usual gubbins that we have during the Invictus events. We have the lovely distinct service. So if you are new to Invictus Launch Week, you're new to Star Citizen, Invictus is all about, in-game, it's kind of like a Navy recruitment drive for the UEE. So the UEE Navy wants you to come and sign up, basically. That's what this is all about in-game, and the lore behind it. In reality, for CIG and Star Citizen itself, it's one of their biggest weeks in terms of ship sales, normally because they put shiny things out that people could buy. And yeah, it's a great moneymaker for them, depending on the performance. Oh, here's the 999 Squadron gubbins. So the 8 Lightnings that are all the display team. These are cool. I'll have to dig out the screenshots of when we stole them from years past. I think that was the original Invictus week when it was here, so that was 4 years ago. God, makes me feel a lot older. it's a cool event, and like I said, it's a free fly. You can get lots of pretty screenshots standing next to the dude who's offering help with the light-bearing galleon. And you can buy t-shirts and things from the vendors and stuff for your character to wear as well, so you can get some cool souvenirs. Right, let's go and find this ship. So, day 1, or day 1 and 2, we have MISC, Mirai, and Crusader. I am not going to do videos for each day, because it seems silly. It may as well just let people come and do their own thing and visit this. We will have a look at if there's new ships come out from these guys, then we will go and do that. And I do want to try and get footage of the Javelin and the Bengal, because they're always cool. Again, if you don't know about those, they are the capital ships in-game. You can go and have a tour around the Javelin. You can walk around one of the capital ships. And you can also go and watch the Bengal, which is the biggest ship humanity has in-game. To watch it fly by with fireworks and things is quite cool. Here we are, Crusader, MISC, and Mirai. And here we are, first look at the Furies. MISC have got their own little section behind it. God, they are small. They are smaller than I thought they'd be, but then again, they're designed to be. So, like I said, it's a carrack turret with wings and an engine strapped to the back of it. Lots of people are comparing it to the TIE Fighter because of the way it changes shape. And you can see we have two variants, both of them are on display here. So we have the normal variant, which is just the Fury, as you can see. Featuring best-in-class maneuverability and fully integrated cutting-edge Xi'an tech, the next-generation Fury snub fighter from Mirai uses its 4 Halo-mounted size 4 laser repeaters to redefine short-range space combat. And some missiles as well. So their size, was that size 4 guns it said? Yeah, so size 4 guns and size 4 missiles. So it's pretty heavily armed for a snub fighter. But as you can see, just looking at it from the outside, I can already see things like these here, which are exposed components, because it's very, very basic as it comes ship-wise. There's no creature comforts, there's no, you know, it's simple and it's maneuverable. It is maneuverable as hell from what I've seen in the videos. Of course, we are going to fly it and go and have a look, but yeah, it looks like people have... I say exposed components, I think that's just because people have sort of opened them up. It's not how it normally looks, thinking about it right now. Everyone's just pushed buttons on it. Yeah, there we go. This is a better example. Looking at the MX, all these components are back inside. That's better. I thought they just had exposed components there for a moment. That would have been rather stupid, wouldn't it? And most importantly, it has these cool Xi'an like ball thrusters. So it has no... if you watch the Inside Star Citizen video, it has no dedicated retro thrusters like a lot of ships. If you look at ship designs, things like the Freelancer here, so you have the engines going out the back, and then here at the front you have dedicated retro thrusters. Same for the Starfarer. They're on the shoulders of it here, so it has to have dedicated retro thrusters to slow down. These do not. These ball thrusters here just rotate 180 degrees. And, well, they rotate everywhere. They're like all over the place to help this thing fly around. But yeah, it's a cool ship, just not something I'm going to physically buy, I think. I'm just going to earn some money in-game and buy one that way if I want to fly one. Whilst it is a cool fighter, I see it being a big rigmarole of sticking it inside another ship and transporting it. And I know a lot of other people will enjoy that. But when you are playing solo a lot of the time, it can be a bit of a hassle. I like it, but not something I'm going to buy myself. But what we are going to do is do this, which you can do with any of the ships here on display on the floor today. And if the server is playing nice and lets us rent it, there we go. You can see that you rent it and you get it for, I think it's now 48 hours, not 24, so you get it for 2 days. And you can go and get around. We will get both variants, though I think I'm going to be flying the normal one because it's got guns on it. We may do this one because this one has got like a blast shield, which is making all of the carrack owners, myself included, weep because I want my blast shield on my carrack canopy. Please, CIG. I'm not bitter, honest, but I'm going to try and fly these things. Right now, I have to try and get off Area 18 because it's going to be pointless trying to call these things here, especially in the small hangars, because they're all going to be full of people trying to yank these Furies out of storage. So, imagine we will resume somewhere where I can fly these things. Okay, so it's the following afternoon / evening, and yeah, Area 18 is a mess. It took me ages to get there to do the Invictus event, sort of walking around and go and rent the Fury. And then I simply couldn't leave. No one was able to spawn ships because you've got everyone coming in who wants to go and see the Invictus event. You've got everyone leaving who wants to go and fly the ships that they've rented, as well as the people who are doing the new player experience also wanting to leave to go up to Bijani Point and finish the new player experience. So it's a bit of a cluster. So yeah, I had to do it another way. Thankfully, I had a Dragonfly referral that I upgraded to the Fury here. It cost something like £12, and I bought the Templar skin for it as well. So I can go and fly around and have some fun with the Fury. And I also bought some of these new Babbage NDB repeaters on it, because I saw someone take a picture with it on Reddit and it looked very cool. So it's dark outside, unfortunately, but I think we're going to go and fly up to Tressler Station, and we'll wing it around there. But it does look very cool in white, and I do love it with the look of the repeater. So let's get in this thing and see how manoeuvrable it actually is, because I've not flown this damn thing yet. I've just been winging around trying to buy bits for it, and it took me so long to get out of Area 18, I just gave up last night. Okay. So, the canopy is still open. Oh, there we go. That's not a very protected canopy. It's like the Car2R. Okay. Server's just being a bit slow. There have been some issues with the back end once again, because there's just so much going on. That's very weird seeing hydrogen fuel and no quantum. I'm not used to that visual. Okay. Oh, look at the repeaters glowing. Oh, God. Wow, jumpy. Can we change the shape of it? And to take the landing gear up for those protective little things. There we go. You have to get the landing gear up. I see now. So now we're in our Carrack turret configuration. Let's get this thing somewhere where we can see it. Maybe we can have a bit more fun with it. It's very manoeuvrable, I can tell already. So as you can see, it does look ridiculous in white with the repeaters on there. I'm going to do some atmospheric flight with it and see how it handles. As we saw, it is ridiculously manoeuvrable. Able to go into crazy flat spins. Bearing in mind we're still going over 1,000 meters a second right now. So we are going to slow down a bit, obviously, when we get closer to the ground, so we don't lawn dart. I'm liking this thing. I do really, really wish it had a quantum drive, if only to sort of spline jump around planets. Maybe that can be a thing in future. Not necessarily to jump to other locations, but the ability to spline jump, I think, would still be really nice. But it is meant to be babby snow. Keep in mind, I may crash and explode because I am by no means a skilled pilot. I don't fly using a HOTAS system. And we're in a very stormy area right now by the looks of things. This isn't going to make for great visuals unless we can find a way out. I can see this thing being very, very, very fun for people who enjoy races. You know, if you're flying with a proper HOTAS setup. Or maybe even if you're a better pilot than I am on like peasant. I can definitely see this being very fun for a lot of people. It is ridiculously manoeuvrable and quick. I imagine in the hands of the right pilot, who's part of a, let's say, an attack group, and they have a from like a pocket carrier, as the meme tends to run, and they can get into a good orbit pattern. The orbit pattern, if you don't know, is like from EVE Online, where you essentially orbit a ship and you keep firing on it. And if you can get people who are good enough with these things, and I'm sure that's going to happen, so it doesn't have that much fuel either, which is, but I'm still enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, being perfectly honest. I didn't think I would like this ship that much, but I have to say it is growing on me, and I can definitely see myself keeping one maybe for something in the 890. You've got something like the 85X as a dedicated taxi shuttle. You get the 85X with the 890, and then you have something like this in there as well. Then you've got a dedicated little Hornet that you can release to go and shoot things if someone decides to get irritated. I'm enjoying this thing. So this is the Fury. It's a very versatile little attack craft that, with the right dedicated pilot and the right skill, I imagine is going to be very, very, very annoying. And very competently flown by a lot of people. Not by myself, but I like it just because it's not the usual, I should say. It's different, and as much as I love combat ships in the game, I do tend to get complainy when CIG release combat ships, because I always want them to release more different utility ships, be they exploration or cargo, and we sort of have had that just lately with some mining stuff, and with whatchamacallit, with salvage, with the Vulture. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag lately. Well, it being Invictus event, they had to release a combat-worthy little fighter, albeit a babby one. And then, of course, we have the links coming soon as well. So there we go. This video is probably going to be a little bit longer than I like, but just keep in mind, as I said earlier on, it is Invictus week. So if you are wanting to see what the game is like, or if you're wanting to see if the game will run on your computer, it is a free fly week, so you can download the game for free and go and try it to your heart's content. See how your system handles it, see how it's doing with the current performance stuff we have going on now. I have to say that my performance has been a little bit patchy, depending on what's going on. So even with my new processor and stuff, I have been losing a few frames. I have to see if yours varies. And yeah, free fly. New ships, Invictus event, come fly ships, come blow things up, come and lawn dart, if you can get off of Area 18. Because I think that's the big bottleneck right now. Area 18 is just a mess. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like this and think I deserve it, please give it a like, consider subbing if you fancy sticking around. If you're thinking of taking part in the game, feel free to use my referral code on screen or click the link below for bonus in-game money that helps me out as well. See you in the next one.